G'day, ladies and gents. Welcome back. We had a stellar week. We really did have a stellar week so far. As I said last night, up over 100% so far for the week. And tonight we actually didn't add very much to it, which is a little frustrating. I want to start the session by saying congratulations to Adrian in Sydney, James in Sydney, and James in Melbourne. We were all trading together last night using Skype, and they stuck to their guns, even though we were taking heat on these signals. We really were. Let me run you through what happened. And again, congratulations to Adrian's, James, and James. Fairly new traders to what we do. They stuck to their guns on this one, and let me explain why they got nervous. But well done, boys. Well done on a really good effort. Now, ladies and gents, we started the session. We were actually in a mixed bias. We were in a mixed bias, and we call it a mixed bad bias, which means that we neither have don't really have definitive market direction in either way. We neither have a buy or a sell. We've just got a mixed bias, but it's a little dangerous. So. Little dangerous. We don't use aggressive profit targets, is what we mean by that. Now, we started the session with a sell signal. Now that was fantastic, except the market actually started to run against us straight away. Now the reason it actually did this, it actually stair-stepped sideways for so long, is the European market was actually trading between its today's low and its today's high, and it just didn't determine what direction it wanted to travel in. We were fairly confident that it was going to run south because we were getting sell signals, but again, we just we didn't know. As it turns out, we got a second sell signal just here. It did run against us automatically. It actually got to this price level here, and you note that it keeps on banging its head on this price level. We then got a third sell signal. At this point in time, I was like, you know what, guys, this is going to go for us. This is absolutely brilliant. Hold on to your hats. Wow. It did exactly the opposite. It's amazing how you cannot question a $40 billion market. You just can't question it. Now, it ran against us. Of course, our confidence got less and less and less. But you note, even from down here, ladies and gents, we have a 3-point stop loss. And at this point in time, it literally, if we count back here, it went 1, 2 points against us. It never threatened our 3-point stop loss on any of the trades. As it turns out, as you can see, we went sideways and sideways and sideways, and then we started to get some peel down. In fact, you'll note here that we started to get some stair stepping down in our M1 indicator. That was encouraging. We then started to get the red team coming in. They're affectionately known as the red team. Started to come in, bop down, bop down, bop down. Okay, we started to run into some serious resistance to our drop here, otherwise known in the market as support. Ran to support. Eventually, support was broken. Now, you'll note, interesting, ladies and gents, we do not get out of a sell signal unless we get a buy signal. As I've said many times before. Ran down, ran down, ran down, ran down, ran down. As soon as it got here, which was actually at that point in time today's low, a number of the traders, actually well done Adrian, got out and took their profit to say, you know what, if it doesn't get through this big black line, well done. Now you'll note also with interest that the M1 indicator was significantly fatigued. So if we have the M1 indicator significantly fatigued and we're breaking today's low, then you know, why not take your profit? At that point in time, I think AJ was up around about 2.25 points per contract, so around about 11.5% return. Well done, mate. Well done on that. For those of us, I actually stayed in longer, ladies and gents. I did use the close of session rule. Close of session being, as soon as we get a green candle bouncing against us, not only do we tighten our stops, but if the M1 has been fatigued, as you've seen on previous videos this week, then jump out. So all in all, we did have the potential for tonight, not very exciting, just on a 4-point return, so around about a 20%. If you did get out like I did, ladies and gents, I got out slightly higher than here. I was hoping that turn down. Then again, I got out at around about 2 points, so a 10% return. Not very exciting. 10% return, but it is a 10% return. And I hope you can see by what we're doing here that we are using the same signals day after day after day, and we really are having a ball. If any of you out there are watching what we're doing, then please do watch over the next couple of weeks. To me, the biggest acid test for any financial system. We can show you whatever figures we want in the past. You know, on the website there's over a year's worth of figures. So what? To me, what I think is important is what we do next week. So again, this week, if I do a quick summary of where we are at in terms of potential return. Okay, I've just done a quick summary, ladies and gents. 161.25% was up for grabs this week. Now, I want to put a caveat on that, and the caveat is this. If you did exactly what I have shown you was possible this week, and you traded to exactly the targets that the majority of traders traded to this week, then you would have sat on around about 160% return. Most of our traders only want a 10% return per day, so around about a 50% per week. I hope from what you have seen on this video that you can see categorically that even on a bad day, a 10% return is possible. My advice is, if you are very keen about cash flow, if you want to know what, literally if you want more out of life and cash flow is important, give this very serious consideration. I don't know many banks out there that are going to offer you over 100% return per week. Now, of course, you might have made a mistake and not got 100% return, but with 160% return up for grabs, 100% is actually not that difficult to do. It really is not. If you, again, I get excited about trading, ladies and gents, but it's what I do. If you want to attend one of our live sessions, or you want to come and have a look at what we do live, then simply jump on, register on the website, and come and have a look at what we do. There's no smoke and mirrors here, ladies and gents. We're marking our signals for you, and in fact, in the pro room, they mark them live, and you can just take them live. I think it's brilliant. It's where I learned to trade, and I strongly encourage you to do exactly the same. That's enough from me, ladies and gents. Very shortly, I have the weekly summary. I met a very, very interesting person on Thursday. I'm going to talk to you about that in about 10 minutes time when I do the weekly summary. Bye for now.